Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm reviewing another item from Lochby. Lochby is a US-based company who I've really enjoyed and done a number of reviews of over the years, and today's item is no exception. Today we're looking at this. This is the Venture pouch, one of their newer items. Stay tuned in this video if you are an Australian viewer, because there is a chance for you to win one of these, and I will give the details of that at the end of this video. So the Venture pouch is basically like a drop kit, like a tech gear, pen case, all that kind of stuff, all rolled into one, but done in the typical Lochby style, which is kind of like this, sort of more, I suppose, rustic and kind of, a little more laid back than some other brands. In fact, I've reviewed a number of these kinds of kits recently, and I really enjoy this one. So I've been using this for the last few weeks basically as a pencil case, sort of carry around for rehearsals and those kinds of things. I've been carrying all my, usual, erasers, sharpeners, highlighters, fountain pens, pencils, all that kind of stuff in here, and it's been doing an amazing job. As you can see, it's starting to show some signs that it has been carried around, and it's been on aeroplanes and buses and all those kinds of things in multiple different bags. I love it. I really enjoy this. So I'm going to talk about this today. I'm going to talk about the features, then do some how it fulfills a few sort of criteria for me, and we'll talk about some pros and cons. So basically, let's start. It's simple branding, nice little logo on the front there, Lochby. It's very clean. It's made of a waxed canvas with a nylon interior with beautiful nylon YKK zips. It's very good. It's very, very nicely made. It's got some nice D-ring clips on the back so you can attach a strap. It's got a handle for easy access in and out of your bag. That's one of the things that makes this kind of kit so handy, is the fact that it's flexible. So you can use this as like a kit for in your backpack. You just chuck it down inside it. You've got everything sort of there ready to go. Or you can use it, as I said, with a strap, so for cross, body carry, that kind of stuff. It can be on its own, or you can attach this actually to, some of those backpacks that have the extra clips on the bottom to add extra space. Something like that is quite good for this. It has two main compartments. So this one on the top here, which if we look in here, it's a bit hard to see. Perhaps I'll show some pictures and things as well of, some basic fills and things like that. But it's got a big compartment sort of on one side, nice and open, and then this middle sleeve, which I'll get to in a second. More open space, a couple of mesh pockets with a Velcro top, which is excellent. And yeah, a lot of sort of open space. If we look at the bottom, then we open it up. This is where this pouch becomes quite interesting. And this is where Lochby have been quite considerate in what they've done, and also, designed it with other, things in mind. The fact that it's got this open pouch with sort of these elastic loops, which are reminiscent of things like the tool roll and all those kinds of things. So it feels like the Venture pouch is a bit of a combination of a bunch of different items, and I really appreciate that. These are great for obviously your pens or tools and things like that, depending on what you're wanting to carry. Personally, I've been carrying fountain pens in here. They're very secure. They're very, they're held nicely in place. Obviously, things are going to be touching. And so what you carry in here, you might want to just take that into account. Like if you're carrying things like, a knife or something. It's just a very, very simple, very cheap Gerber, I think the brand is, knife, which I sometimes carry if I'm, needing to open parcels and things like that. If you're carrying something like that in there, you might not want to carry your expensive fountain pens on the other side, because they will make contact. But if you're carrying basic things that you don't mind that with, then I think you'd be quite fine. And these are good, strong elastic, once again with that sort of honeycomb nylon interior. This particular one is the navy. Now, it comes in three colours: navy, the brown, and then I've got here the black one as well. But yeah, three colours available, each with their own sort of colour scheme. And you can check out the Lochby website for more information about all of that. Now let's talk about the dimensions. So we've got 9 inches by 4.75 inches, and then they say by 2 inches. Now I can tell you that this gets to more than 2 inches if you carry the right stuff in it. But that is a sort of like the basic sort of dimensions of this item. It's a good size. It fits nicely in amongst other things in your bag at this size, either long ways, or I like to sort of carry things that way down, like in satchels and things like that. And that's where that handle is really, really helpful, and it's all beautifully sewn in. We'll talk a little bit about the build quality in a second, and sort of the durability, but the Lochby products are really well designed, and a lot of thought is given to the construction of their items. So talking about that build quality, one thing you'll notice is that a lot of the seams are double sewn, and if we look at the inside of the bag, everything is sort of nicely sort of sewn in and capped, and even these like little internal Velcro is well sewn in, so you've got no worries about that. It's made from durable materials, good quality zips. All the handles are well sewn. The rings are all nicely sewn in, and even like the little logo sewn on the front there. It's nice that it's done in a really nice way. So these are more sort of laid back than a lot of other gear, and I really, really appreciate that myself. In terms of durability, one thing I love about Lochby is they use this waxed canvas, so it's strong, it's durable. There's not a whole lot of, like, it's a fairly soft case, so there's not a lot of that sort of compact protection built in, but because it is well built and padded and all those kinds of things, your gear is protected enough, shall we say. It's sort of weatherproof. That wax canvas is weather resistant. The zips are nice, all those kinds of things. So your gear is protected, but I wouldn't be carrying like super expensive gear in here, just because it doesn't have that sort of protection. But what this is great for is for your everyday gear. And if you're hiking, if you're walking, if you're out and about doing things, or if you have stuff that you carry from one bag to the other, this is a really great case for that. So now in terms of capacity, I'm going to do a basic sort of feel of this. As I said, I've been carrying this as a pencil case kind of thing, with all the stuff that I use for work. Now, I'm not going to do that feel today. I'm going to do a bit more of a generic kind of feel, just to show a few kinds of things you can fit in here. So I'm going to start with that pen side, because what I want to do is I want to put a couple of, I'm going to put a few pens in here. As I said, if you're carrying tools and things, you're not going to want to put like your expensive fountain pens, but I've got just a basic Jinhao 519 fountain pen in there. I'll put a nice ballpoint pen, and I've got a big chunky Sharpie guy over here as well. You can see that because it is a soft case, it sort of molds around everything, but these elastics are just tight enough to sort of hold things nicely in place. You can get pen clips over the elastic, all that kind of stuff. I will put that little Gerber knife in here. As I said, I've not put expensive pens in here because they will make contact with the other items that are around it. Just for the sake of the exercise, I'll put another fountain pen in there, the Faber-Castell Touch or whatever. I can't remember the name of that one off the top of my head. There's so many pen models, but it's a little Faber-Castell plastic fountain pen. So you've got those sort of items in there. You could put any kind of thing in here. It could be, if you decided to use this as a makeup kit, you could put your makeup brushes, you could put just about anything in here. And it just gives you that little bit of stability to hold them in place. Now, if we go to the main pouch, what would I carry in here? Well, this for me, because it doesn't open up all the way round, you've just got like top access, you are going to be slightly more limited into what will comfortably go in, but there's a lot of space for whatever you want to carry. Now, as I said, I'm not going to carry things like hard drives and things in here, but I will carry something like a power bank, which I tuck down in the side there. I have this little tin of basic sort of medications like Panadol and those kinds of things, and then a hand sanitizer, because that's the world we are still living in. So put that on down in there. I always carry earplugs with me. Being an opera singer, it gets noisy. I might chuck my AirPods in. And then just to show these little like Velcro pouches, something like a USB thumb drive, maybe a USB converter, that kind of stuff would fit nicely in there. And then you've still got a bit of space around in this, so you might want to chuck in a few of your your everyday sort of cables and bits you need, and a bit of a phone cable and all that kind of stuff. And then let's see if I can fit this HDMI cable in the top there. I always travel with an HDMI cable so that I can hook my computer up to televisions in hotels and things like that. I think we're just going to get all this in there. There we go. So that is a pretty full fill, and that is definitely more than 2 inches across there. So as I said, a lot of the weight of this and the sizes is going to depend on what you carry. But that's a pretty decent fill, and that feels nice and sturdy. You know, like I've got a bit of bracing there because of the sort of the products I've put in the back there, sort of tins and things like that. But it's nice and sturdy. It's well built, so everything is going to be sort of, you know, contained nicely. You can easily attach this to, you know, other bags and things like that, or a strap. If you wanted to carry this, you could easily use this as a purse or a day sling bag kind of thing for your wallet, keys, phone, that kind of stuff, and you'd be absolutely fine. So I want to talk just about a couple of sort of basic pros and cons. So as I've said, it's not a hard case. So carrying things like hard drives you might want to avoid, or anything particularly fragile. Your basic stuff is going to be protected enough. Things like I've got in here, power bank, AirPods, those kinds of things. This is probably really great for. As I said, I've been using it as a pencil case, and it's worked beautifully for that because it's got good capacity on the inside. It's a nice length. It's got those individual pen slots for sort of more expensive items if you want to keep them just a little bit more secure. You might want to avoid putting your beautiful handmade acrylic pens and things or precious resin in there, but for everyday stuff, and I think that's what Lochby really excel at, is the everyday stuff. A big pro with this item is that sort of flexibility of the capacity and the organization inside it. It's not, you've got enough spaces for things to keep them separate without sort of having like specific pocket sizes for specific things. That pen case side of it can, obviously I've just got a few sort of basic pens and tools and things in here. The flexibility of this is great. You could easily use this even for cables if you wanted to organize them in a more sort of roll them up and put them, in these sort of slips. You could easily do that. It would be absolutely great. But lots of flexibility as well, and things I enjoy about this case. And it's protective enough of your gear that I don't think you're going to have to worry about your everyday sort of items, moving around too much or getting lost. So what does it cost? Well, the Venture Pouch retails on the Lochby website for $67. As I said, it comes in the 3 colors: the navy with the tan, the brown with the orange, and the black one here as well. So what are the details of this giveaway? Well, firstly, you have to be an Australian viewer. It just makes it easier for me, and so you'll need an Australian postal address that you can have this item sent to. You'll win a Lochby Venture Pouch. I've got 2 to give away, and I'm giving them away over Instagram and YouTube. Basically, you need to like or subscribe or follow both YouTube and Instagram. Easy. You need to comment on this video, and you have until 11:59 p.m. on Friday the 16th of December to do that, and I will contact you in the following days after that to get your address. All the comment needs to be is just sort of commenting on the video. It doesn't have to say anything. It doesn't even have to comment on the video. You just have to make a comment on this video, preferably about this video or about this product or similar products that you have. Yeah, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Be Australian, Instagram, all the links are sort of down below. It's fairly straightforward. As I said, 11:59 p.m. on the 16th of December, 2022. So that's 5 days from now or 6 days from now. So yes, like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. So thank you for watching. This is the Lochby Venture Pouch. I hope you found this interesting and useful. A big thank you to Lochby for sending this out, as well as the ones for giveaway. Very grateful for their support. So yeah, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. If you're an Australian viewer, go in for the giveaway. In the meantime, if you've got something you'd like me to look at, let me know. If there's a way you would like to support my channel by sponsoring a review or providing an item for review, I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your gear, whatever it may be, and I'll talk to you soon.